Still alive?
No. Matter of fact, I thought I might give it to you.
I have a feeling it's gonna be something to do with him and her, and it's weird. Oh! Ew! That's creepy! That is
Johnny.
crazy.
Oh, that's not funny, Midge.
Johnny?
Midge is crazy.
Stupid.
Here's the portrait you have been looking at about the girl that you think is beautiful, but here's my face on it. Surprise. Hi guys, and welcome back to Criminal Content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Coby, and tonight I will be watching Vertigo, Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. So this is part of my little trip down the Alfred Hitchcock lane of movies that I missed. So I've seen, I started with North by Northwest, loved it, had a great time. I watched Rear Window, which kind of jumped up to like one of my favorite, it might have overpassed Psycho as my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie so far. It was fantastic. And tonight, Vertigo, I'm really excited because I've had a few friends say that it's actually their favorite Hitchcock film. And one friend the other day said it's their favorite film ever. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know anything about it. My dad has Vertigo. I know he gets a little dizzy and stuff at high heights. So let's see if it's like a cryptic title or if it's actually about that. So for the full watch along, head over to our Patreon. And with that, let's get into the movie. It's kind of fun watching these movies that are so famous and people have loved them for such a long time, and I just never got around to it. Oh, James Stewart again. So I just watched Rear Window. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And that had Grace Kelly, so let's see who the girl is in this. I wonder if this one's gonna be a little scary. They're all, you know, Hitchcock, but North by Northwest wasn't scary per se. And Rear Window was creepy, but maybe this one's gonna be a little eerie and creepy. More like Rear Window, I'm feeling. It's making me dizzy. I know that's not quite Vertigo, but it's making me sleepy. It's like hypnotizing. Are we in San Francisco? Oh, not a great place to get vertigo, if that's what's happening. James Stewart. Oh my God! There's also vertigo, big difference between vertigo and, you know, falling to your death. So that's a very rational fear when you're hanging off a building like that. Did that just happen? I thought maybe it was gonna be a dream for a second.
Of course it comes off tomorrow. I'll be able to scratch myself like anybody else tomorrow. I'll throw this miserable thing out the window.
Very similar beginning to Rear Window.
I had to quit.
Why?
With acrophobia. I wake up at night seeing that man fall from the roof, and I try to reach out.
It wasn't your fault.
Pencil falls from the desk down to the floor. I reach down to pick up the pencil. Bingo, my acrophobia is back.
What?
Oh, Johnny-o.
I thought he said agoraphobia at first, which was like fear of leaving the house and going outside. But acrophobia, I'm not sure.
You know there's only one man in the world for me, Johnny-o.
You mean me? We were engaged once, though, were we?
3 whole weeks.
Ah!
Here.
Oh, that's a girl. Oh, who's that?
But this is dangerous regardless.
Okay, now, step number 2.
Step number 2 coming up.
I feel like he's older in this than Rear Window, so is this after, this Vertigo is after that?
I looked down.
Well, yeah. The dramatics. Yeah, but he didn't look down to the apartment floor. He looked out the window down, what, 20 flights of stairs, 20 floors down.
My wife's family is all gone. Her father's partner runs the company yard in the east, Baltimore. So I decided, as long as I had to work at it, I'd come back here. I've always liked it here.
How long have you been back?
Almost a year.
You like it, huh?
Well, San Francisco's changed.
Yeah, it was San Francisco.
I asked you to come up here, Scotty, knowing that you'd quit detective work. I want you to follow my wife. No, it's not that. We're very happily married. I'm
Then
afraid
what?
some harm may come to her.
From whom?
Someone dead.
Huh?
Suddenly the words fade into silence. A cloud comes into her eyes and they go blank. Looks at me brightly. Doesn't even know she's been away. Can't tell me where or when. I followed her one day. She even walked a different way. Sat there a long time without moving. When I got home that evening, I asked her what she'd done all day. She said she'd driven out to Golden Gate Park and sat by the lake.
Well, so she was aware of it then. She's the same person.
I want to know more before committing her to that kind of care.
All right, I'll get you a firm of private eyes to follow her for you. They're dependable, good boys.
I want you. We're dining at Ernie's first. You can see her there.
Ernie's.
But, you know, taking any job, what if he's following this woman and she goes up very steep stairs or up, you know, a mountain or whatever. So he's saying, I can't go up anything. He really can't be at the whim of somebody else then, especially if she's driving 95 miles somewhere. Who knows where she's going? So he can only follow her to a point until she crosses a bridge. And this is her, so I'm assuming this is Kim Novak, who, yeah, I'm not familiar with, but we're about to see her face. Yeah, I don't think I recognize her. Does he want to just take the job because she's beautiful? Just be like, yeah, I'll follow her around for a few weeks. And he's single, James Stewart, in this, I'm sure. I just love all these cars in these Hitchcock movies. I mean, at least the East Coast and stuff, and I guess this is San Francisco, but at least some of these old beautiful buildings all still exist. But the cars don't. I miss all the cars from the 50s and 60s. He's got a long way to go if he's about to drive, you know, 95 miles somewhere. Well, that would be a return trip. So, you know, 47.5 miles or whatever. What is she doing? Oh, I was gonna say there's nothing in, that's a janitor's closet. And I thought he was opening up like a closet, another little mini closet inside the closet. But no, it's just the back entrance to this amazing flower shop. She just knew the easy way in, the back way to park in the lane and go in. I thought it was gonna be real weird and creepy. I feel like you look up though. If there's a car right there and you're blocking the way, you're sort of like, oh, sorry. They're not gonna both fit down the lane, so. A grave? Is she gonna put those little flowers on a grave site? So her husband said that he thinks that the spirit of a dead person jumps into her, and now she's visiting a dead person. She's visiting someone's gravesite, right? So I guess they know specifically who? Maybe this is the spirit of the person that takes over sometimes? I don't know. She's not leaving them behind though on the by the headstone, or there's a different person. She's seeing someone else. Carlotta Valdez, born December 1831, died March 1857. Okay, so she's only 26. 26-year-old girl. Lucky she's sort of so oblivious, because if she saw him, if she did look up to be polite in the alley behind the florist and saw his face, and then maybe caught him at the cemetery, and now, I'd be very freaked out and think you're being stalked. But she's so in her own world all day that she hasn't even seen him once. She might now, though. I don't know why that made me freak like that. I'm just already on edge. Hitchcock vibes. This is gonna be a painting of the dead girl. Creepy. This is gonna be her. What was her name? Dolores something maybe?
Who's the woman in the painting she's looking at?
Oh, that's Carlotta. You find it in the catalog. Portrait of Carlotta.
May I have this?
Yeah.
That was it, wasn't it? I just made up the name Dolores, but that was it. Carlotta Davies, maybe. Carlotta, so there was a D. There was a D on that stone somewhere. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe the D was just from the word died. But the painting is of the woman. Eerie. I guess this is how she builds up her 95 miles, too. She just goes all these different places all day long. Places that are sentimental or of importance to Carlotta. McKittrick Hotel. Weird. And it's a hotel. She can't just stroll in, so she's rented a room. How often does she do that? Is it a standing reservation?
Oh, would you tell me who has the room on the second floor in the corner? That corner?
Can't do that these days.
I'm afraid we couldn't give out information.
Yeah.
Carlotta Valdez?
Yeah, that's it.
How long has she had the room?
2 weeks, yeah. She just comes to sit 2 or 3 times a week.
Don't say that I've been here.
Oh, but she hasn't been here today.
I just saw her come in 5 minutes ago.
Oh, no, she hasn't been here at all. Well, I would have seen her.
Whoa.
Well, would you please go up and look?
To her room?
That's right.
Yes, of course, if you ask.
Oh, that's weird. And her name wasn't, it was Valdez. There's the D. I think I said Carlotta Valdez, and it had a Dolores ring to it. Oh, that's so creepy. So, but that means like either he's now imagining or the spirit, I don't know. It's gonna be empty.
Would you like to come and look?
Room's empty. Is her car gonna be out the front parked if he looks out the window?
Her car's gone.
What car?
Yeah, there's no point arguing that. The car is gone, so the woman's not there. Weird. But he would have had no idea about the hotel, about anything. So he followed her for real.
Who do you know that's an authority on San Francisco history?
That's the kind of greeting a girl likes. Oh, this hello, you look wonderful stuff. Good, straight. Who do you know that's an authority on San Francisco?
That was good.
I mean, the gay old bohemian days of gay old San Francisco. Juicy stories like who shot who in the Embarcadero in August 1879.
Yeah.
Oh, people. He owns the Argosy bookshop.
I remember. Carlotta. Beautiful Carlotta.
She's gonna be murdered.
An old wooden house at the corner of Eddy and Gough Street have to do with Carlotta Valdez.
It was built for her many years ago.
Right, so back then it wasn't a hotel, it was her home.
The name I do not remember. A rich man, a powerful man. So he kept the child and threw her away. And she became the sad Carlotta.
Obviously.
Her clothes becoming old and patched and dirty. And
He just took her child and cut her out.
people in the street to ask, have you seen my child?
He sent her crazy.
died.
How?
By her own hand.
Oh my gosh, the husband left her, kicked her out, kept the child, and she descended into madness and killed herself. And so it was what, if this is like nice, it was like 100 years, 100-year-old history he's digging up.
Is she pretty?
Carlotta?
No, not Carlotta, Elster's wife.
Yes.
I think I'll go take a look at that portrait. Goodbye.
No, wait, Midge.
But it's 100 years ago that this Carlotta woman died. You know, how else would she know of her? You know, the house, the painting. Something's going on, for real.
You know, there's something else. My wife, Madeline, has several pieces of jewelry that belong to Carlotta. She inherited them.
From who?
Now, when she's alone, she takes them out and looks at them. Handles them gently.
But wait, how did she inherit the jewelry from her? Is it her relative?
Now, Carlotta Valdez was what? Your wife's grandmother?
Great-grandmother.
Okay, makes sense.
Whose loss drove Carlotta mad into her death is Madeline's grandmother. And the McKittrick Hotel is the old Valdez home.
Yeah.
He never heard of Carlotta Valdez. Her mother told me most of them before she died.
Well, why wouldn't she tell her daughter?
Natural fear. Grandmother went insane, took her own life. Her blood is in Madeline.
Well, that makes more sense. I mean, until he said that she didn't remember any of that stuff, I was gonna say it could easily be just, you know, someone obsessing and delving into their own history, especially when it's such like a twisted kind of sad tale. But if she doesn't remember anything, back to the art gallery. Every day? So it's her great-grandmother. But, you know, she could also have looked into it and then just, when she puts on the jewelry, I can't speak, when she puts on the jewelry, goes into like a fugue state and goes to all these places of importance. But it's not gonna be that, is it? It's gonna be the spirit of the great-grandmother. He hasn't come up against any like steep climbing or walking or yet. And how do I think that the great-grandmother killed herself? Shot herself or jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge? When was the bridge built? Jumped off a bridge? Jumped off a building? She would be the easiest person to mug or kidnap. When she's in this stage, she's so spatially unaware of her surroundings and of someone being close by, oblivious. Did she jump in? I mean, that's not super deep. Yeah, that's just like there. This can't be part of the daily ritual. I think the husband would know if she came home wet, or she goes back to her hotel and changes, or this is the first time for this part. But she's not trying to swim or stay afloat, and she looks passed out. Maybe the Carlotta woman's trying to kill her great-granddaughter. Yeah, I don't know. My gut tells me that was the first time for that part, because the husband did say it's getting progressively worse. I don't think that's part of the normal day's activities.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, I'll call you back.
Why didn't he take her home? He took her to his house?
Oh, you'll want this.
Amazing.
You better come over here by the fire where it's warm.
It's very flirty, considering it's his friend's wife.
I fell into the bay and you fished me out.
That's right.
And the breathy talking, obviously.
Where were you just before?
Downtown shopping.
Not true.
And what were you doing there at Old Fort Point?
My job?
I'd been to the Palace of the Legion of Honor, the art gallery.
Oh, yes. It's a lovely spot, isn't it? I've never been inside, but it looks so lovely driving past.
Yeah, because she didn't flinch like that's where she was. She doesn't know?
There was some pins in my hair.
Oh, the pins, yeah, they're right in here. I'll get them for you.
But if she doesn't remember anything and she was completely naked when she woke up, did he undress her completely? Like every piece of underwear and hairpin and while she was passed out?
Fallen into lakes out of rowboats when I was a little girl. But I've never fallen into San Francisco Bay.
Or maybe that's how the Carlotta died. She just drowned. If she just jumped in, she didn't have to jump off something high, but just drown and the water is freezing. And that's why they say you can't escape Alcatraz by swimming, because you just freeze to death and the currents suck you out too fast.
What happened? She went into the bay. Hello? Hello?
Did she hurt herself?
Has it happened before?
Madeline is 26. Carlotta Valdez committed suicide when she was 26.
I love how I think these women are all so much older. They're 26? Weird though. Like which part of her brain runs away? Madeline or Carlotta? And Midge is gonna think that he's just...
Was it a ghost? Was it fun?
Midge is just gonna think that he took her back there to sleep with her. Good job of John getting the two cars back. Now she's gonna recognize him, though, if she sees him again. I wonder if she's gonna do all the same stuff. Go to the cemetery, go to the florist, go to the cemetery, go to the art gallery, and then go to the bay. There's a peacefulness to these movies that I really enjoy. When they do talk, they talk a lot, and their back and forth is, you know, kind of rapid, and so, like, I'll take a break and listen. But during these parts, they then take this sort of space in between all the dialogue and just has the score, and I enjoy it. She's come back to his house. She drove around and around and around, and that's his house. That's John's house.
A letter for me?
The whole thing must have been so embarrassing for you.
Not at all. I enjoy it. Talking to you.
Well,
And undressing you and getting you ready for bed.
what?
Meet again sometime.
You have?
Now.
Bye.
Very strange. She's very polite and sweet and nice, and that seems to be Madeline. And the husband said that,
Yeah, they're always going somewhere.
No, I don't think that's necessarily true.
Left a door.
her husband said that when she slips into the other character, the Carlotta, she doesn't speak, though. He said her eyes just glaze over and she doesn't mutter a word, I thought. So this is obviously all Madeline. Oh no, we're going high up. We're gonna have a problem.
Who've been born and have died where the trees were not living.
Their true name is Sequoia sempervirens. Always green, ever living.
Sequoias. I thought we say sequoias. 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 Similar.
The cross section of one of the old trees has been cut down.
Look at the size of that. It'll have like the 1850 around then? No.
Year I was born. It was only a moment for you.
See, it's Carlotta. So it was Madeline to drive and to get there, but then she flicked into the spaced out spirit of Carlotta, right? Well, the husband was very right to be concerned about her behavior, and especially if Carlotta is trying to kill her at 26 the same way she died at 26.
Tell me what it is. Where do you go?
No,
What takes you
tell
away?
you.
When you jumped into the bay, you didn't know where you were. You guessed, but you didn't
I didn't
know.
jump. I didn't jump. I tell you.
Why
told
did
me
you
I
jump?
fell. Something. Promise you won't ask me again. Please promise me that.
So she's kind of got an awareness about it. Like for her to say, don't ask me, she knows about Carlotta in there, or that something's happening, or you'd just be confused, you know?
I'm responsible for you now. You know, the Chinese say that once you've saved a person's life, you're responsible for it forever. So I'm committed.
Haven't you done enough once you save their life?
Somebody's dream, I think. There's a tower and a bell in the garden below.
Uh-oh. Tower. Vertigo.
A portrait. Do you see a portrait?
No?
If I could just find the key.
No.
The beginning and...
To explain it, you see. I'm that. That would explain it, would
If I'm what? That would explain it?
I'm scared. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Oh, if I'm
I
mad.
don't want to die.
If I'm mad, that would explain it.
I'm here.
Afraid.
But her husband's not a bad guy, right? Like, we're not condoning the cheating on the husband. Because that's not Carlotta talking. That's Madeline saying, save me, I feel someone in me trying to kill me. What? Not a fan of that. That's too funny. But, because, well, maybe the husband is going to turn out to be a bad dude some way. Because I feel like her running straight into John's arms, or Jack or Scotty or whatever you want to call him.
What is it? Still life?
No. Matter of fact, I thought I might give it to you.
I have a feeling it's going to be something to do with him and her, and it's weird. Oh! Ew! That's creepy! That is...
Johnny.
crazy.
Oh, that's not funny, Midge.
Johnny?
Midge is crazy. But he said that she broke up with him.
Stupid.
She clearly is still hung up on him. So who knows why she broke up with him the first time. But that was weird, stalker, crazy girl behavior. Here's the portrait you have been looking at about the girl that you think is beautiful, but here's my face on it. Surprise. That was just so icky. Not good, Midge.
Why? What's happened?
I had a dream. Dream came back again.
You've been there before. You've seen it.
Oh, I've never been. Oh, Scotty, what is it? I've never been there.
Think hard. Now go on about your dream.
Yeah, but she also thinks she's never been to the art gallery.
I'm going to take you down there to that mission this afternoon, and when you see it, you'll remember when you saw it before, and it'll finish your dream. It'll destroy it, I promise you.
Okay. You know what I do love about these Hitchcock movies is that you really don't know. You know, like, you'll watch a modern movie where you kind of know the outcome early on, or at least halfway, and just know that it's a matter of how they get there. You know, it's like, okay, this person's got to go and save this person, or this person, they're going to reconcile and it's all going to be fine, or, you know, they set out the mission in the beginning of the film of whatever it's about. But, like with Rear Window, I didn't know if the guy, I didn't know whether he, you know, did what they thought or not, for those that haven't seen it. And with this, I don't know if she's going to die, or is really crazy, or is faking, or if Midge is bad news, or if the husband's bad news.
Not merely as it was 100 years ago, or a year ago, or 6 months ago, or whenever it was you were here to see it. Think of when you were here.
100 years ago.
We were forbidden to play here. Sister Teresa would scold us.
Yeah, this is 100 years ago.
There's your gray horse. Had trouble getting in and out of a stall without being pushed, but even so, there's an answer for everything.
But then she's
Madeline, try.
She's Carlotta if she's remembering this stuff, right? When she says we used to play here, we weren't allowed to play here, and the glazed over eyes, she's Carlotta. I don't know why I find this funny, but it's just like, we're in the middle of like a life and death crisis.
I love you, Madeline.
What?
Maybe. Something I must do.
No, there's nothing you must do.
I love you, Madeline?
No one possesses you. You're safe.
But she was Carlotta just before the kiss, so does that mean he's making out with both of them?
Too late.
He's not a great, loyal friend.
Look, it's not fair. It's too late. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. It shouldn't have
But
happened.
it had to happen. We're in love. That's all.
How? Are you in love already?
Let me go to the church. Alone.
Why?
I mean, go them. Happy for them. I'm just confused about the husband. And if he's not a bad dude, then I feel bad for him. Oh boy, she's gonna go up some bell tower. But this could be the shock that's gonna save his acrophobia, whatever it is. The jolt that brings him back. And then he can be a great stud detective again without his vertigo and dizziness. Ooh. But I feel like in the ends of these, like, all the Hitchcocky ones, the guy ends up with the girl, so she probably won't die, and they'll end up together. What? This is because Carlotta is making her jump in the bay, jump out of a window. But you know what? Is she even real? This is my question now, because when he followed her to the hotel and went inside, the woman running the hotel said she'd never seen her that day. And they went upstairs and no one was in the room. So maybe he's not seeing a real person and it's his own trauma. But there they are. There's people there attending to the body. So then the hotel room thing was weird on its own. Because we saw her in the window and the woman was like, she's not here. Yeah, I don't know now if other people can see her or not.
Taken every precaution to protect his wife. He could not have anticipated that Mr. Ferguson's weakness, his fear of height, would make him powerless when he was most needed.
Or did he?
It is a pity that, knowing her suicidal tendencies, he did not make a greater effort the second time.
To stop her from climbing a bell tower.
He claims he suffered a mental blackout and knew nothing more until he found himself back in his own apartment in San Francisco several hours later.
Well, we can't all be having blackouts.
Or you may believe that having once again allowed someone to die, he could not face the tragic result of his own weakness and ran away.
I don't know what's real.
You should have no difficulty in reaching your verdict, gentlemen. You may retire if you wish.
They're trying to have him be innocent. That whole case, you know, was very much in favor of she was unwell and jumped, and it's not his fault. So...
The jury finds that Madeline Elster committed suicide while of unsound mind.
Wow, so she really died right as I was saying, I think she might die, and then I said, she's not gonna die.
I probably never will come back. Goodbye, Scotty. Is there anything I can do for you before I go?
There has to be some explanation.
There's no way for them to understand. You and I know who killed Madeline.
Or is that it? Just because we know the dead lady, is that it? I get so engrossed in them that I have no idea of how long I've been watching. So I don't know if like it's about the time that it would end or if there's gonna be like another half hour, you know? Yeah, there's gotta be like another chunk to explain. That does round out in terms of like, yeah, she was tormented by the spirit of her dead great-grandmother, and then she pushed her out and killed her. But that's not satisfying enough for me. I need something else. I need... Maybe this will explain. Oh no. Was it part of that the husband's in love with the Carlotta spirit, but she was standing there very closely to him? Ah!
He's suffering from acute melancholia, together with a guilt complex. He blames himself for what happened to the woman. We know little of what went on before.
What? So it all happened. She was tormented by the dead spirit. He did follow her like his friend asked, and she did die, and he's just that traumatized by it that he's in this hospital now himself? It was that bad? Please don't end.
Oh, you knew him and his wife, the poor thing. I didn't know her. Tell me, is it true that she really...
I'm sorry.
So is this meant to be 6 months to a year later? The doctor just said he was going to be in that hospital, in that psychiatric ward for 6 months to a year. Oh my God, they're gonna be there, and he is just crazy. I thought she was gonna be there in the green dress, and like it was gonna completely throw me off. So if the doctor said it's gonna take 6 months to a year for him to be okay, that much time has passed. Now he's gone and found her old car, goes to the restaurant, sits at the art gallery. He just went completely insane from it and obsessed. Was that her? With different color hair? I'm so confused but so hooked. If he ends up out on that fire escape, no bueno. Fire escape. Cue fire escape sign. I wasn't even looking at her closely because I just thought they were 4 random women, but something about her eyebrows. Oh my gosh. I'm nervous. It is her.
You've got a nerve. Follow me right into the hotel and up to my room.
I'm not gonna hurt you, honest, I promise.
Very different personality, but it's her face, right?
It's not gonna work, so you better go.
Please, let me come in.
Let me come in.
I work at Magnan's and I live here. My gosh, do I have to prove it?
I start doubting myself.
Judy Barton, number Z296794, 425 Maple Avenue, Salina, Kansas.
You know, and all the women in these movies have these like very delicate little pretty features.
This place right here.
Am I going crazy?
California license issued May 25th of 1954.
Her voice is completely different. It's not her. It is her.
I decided I'd see what it's like in sunny California. I've been here 3 years. Honest.
I believe her. But who? Oh my god, she still has the suit. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. So the husband maybe was having an affair with this woman and it was a way of killing his own wife with no question.
I want you to have peace of mind. You've nothing to blame yourself for. You were the victim. I was the tool and you were the victim.
Or maybe
of
not
Gavin
even
Elster's
an
plan to murder his
affair.
wife.
Yeah.
He chose me to play the part because I looked like her, dressed me up like her. It was quite safe because she lived in the country and rarely came to town. She was you to be the witness to a suicide. Our life story was part real, part invented to make you testify that Madeline wanted to kill her.
Ah!
He knew of your illness. He knew you'd never get up the stairs of the tower. I made the mistake. I fell in love. That wasn't part of the plan.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Stay! Try! Dinner! Oh. Oh my gosh. See, lucky you didn't wear the gray suit. Tell him. Don't just do the fake news start and tell him the truth. His friend's a murderer.
Tomorrow night? Well,
No, I'm in tomorrow morning.
I could phone the store in the morning and make some excuse.
You know, she can't tell him because then she was a part of a murder plan and cover up, and which she was. I don't think I've ever been to that in San Francisco or whatever that is or what's left of it. What a crazy twist. What if he made it to the top of the stairs?
Now we get this, and then we'll buy you those clothes. There's ransom on it. For that. That'll be 50 cents. Thank you.
Is he gonna dress her in something like Madeline? Like pull out a gray suit and be like, this, you'd look great in this. Don't do that.
I just want an ordinary, simple gray suit.
But I like that one, Scotty.
No, it's not.
Oh no.
All right, we'll find it.
You've got the girl you actually loved, so you think. And now you want to creepily dress her in that.
It's beautiful.
No, they're none of them right.
Oh, I think I know the suit you mean. We had it some time ago. Let me go and see. We may still have that model.
She has it in her closet, so you're wasting money.
You're looking for the suit that she wore for me. You want me to be dressed like her.
How long will the alterations take?
Well,
May we have it by tonight?
well, if it's absolutely necessary.
Yes, it is. Now, we'd like to look
What
at
are you doing?
black with long sleeves and a kind of a square neck.
Scotty.
See what we have.
Oh, they could have had this really happy ending, and he is being crazy.
Here, Judy, drink this straight down. It's like medicine.
Why are you doing this? What good'll it do?
I don't know.
It's for his guilt, I guess, right? It's not just crazy, he feels like he let her die.
Judy, I tell you this, these past few days have been the first happy days I've known in a year.
I know.
Tell
Does
him.
that remind you of her?
Tell him. Now I want her to.
When we first started out, it was so good. We had fun. Well, I'll wear the darn clothes if you want me to.
Color of your hair.
Oh my gosh.
Judy, please, it can't matter to you.
It can't matter to your whole identity. Like, he doesn't know that it was her. Let me just change you completely into this dead woman.
I do what you tell me. Will you love me?
Yes.
I really thought it was just going to end with them being happily ever after together.
All right, then I'll do it. I don't care anymore about it.
Without all of this sordid manipulation.
Here, come on, over and sit by the fire.
Come on, I'll dye your hair right now by the fire. Oh my God.
Oh, Eddie, you're sure about the color of the hair?
Oh, yes, it's an easy color.
And all the rest of the...
Yes, sir, we know what you want.
Shut up! I liked him. I felt sorry for him. I knew that he was, you know, had his vertigo and had his, his guilt and whatever from the other dead police officer. But this is insane. He's crazy now. He didn't even do anything for the several hours that she was doing that. Like, live your life, bro. He just sat there or stood there pacing. Imagine he's like, no, you still don't look enough like her. I do think this hair color looks better on her, though.
Should be back from your face and pinned at the neck. I told her that. I told you that.
What?
It just didn't seem to suit me.
Please, Judy.
Oh my gosh, every hair has to be in the right... No, now he's got to go. She dyed it all. She changed all her makeup. And now he wants all those little bangs bits to go back. And the rest pinned up. Man, I liked you. I wanted you to get the girl. And now I understood why, like, you guys fell in love so fast. Because she was just a hired actress. Or, like, just to be a part of the ploy. But now you have gone too far. And now you don't deserve her. It's just not fun or romantic or cute. It's terrifying. I was joking when I said, imagine if he said, you don't look like her enough. And it happened. He wanted different hair. She does look prettier like this, though. I'll give it to him. Her name was never Madeline then either, because she was just playing the wife. So this image he has in his head of Madeline, her name probably is the one she's going by now. Wait, that was back at the Spanish, what she thought was Spain. That was back at the horse stables. Oh my gosh, every time I think it's over, it's not.
Well, after all, it's our place. Would you rather go somewhere else?
No, Ernie's fine.
Go.
The necklace, she kept one of the necklaces.
How do you work this thing?
Can't you see?
Oh.
Oh my God, it's the necklace from the painting. Why would you? Where did
I put it? I had it a minute ago.
What does he think that means?
First must me a little. Oh, Scotty, I do have you now, don't I?
She can't win. When she wasn't her, you thought she wasn't close enough to being her. And now she's wearing the necklace and could be her. He's gonna kill her. He's scared now, and he doesn't understand it. He's gonna kill her.
You terribly hungry?
No, but it's all right.
But would you pick that necklace? Like, out of every piece of jewelry that you have, now that you're with this guy who studied this whole case, Would you wear the heirloom, not only one of the heirlooms from the great-grandmother, but the one from the painting?
One final thing I have to do,
Oh.
and I'll be free of the past.
Maybe he thinks like she's the spirit of Carlotta. Because he didn't know that was all bull.
Why are we here?
I told you. Madeline died here, Judy.
I don't want to go. I'd rather wait here.
Oh, I need you.
Just tell him. Tell him everything.
I need you to be Madeline for a while. And when it's done, we'll both be free.
Oh my God.
I wanted to keep on loving you, and I said I won't lose you.
I don't want to go in there.
It's too late.
Is he gonna go from good guy detective to killer? Somehow I feel like he's gonna cure his vertigo.
Through the trap door at the top of the tower. One doesn't often get a second chance. I want to stop being haunted. For my second chance, Judy.
Oh.
You look like Madeline now. Go up the stairs.
No.
Maybe go up the stairs and then he'll get there in time and stop her. But I still think he got so wigged out by the necklace that it's worse than that. It would make more sense if he was like, go up and don't jump and I'll get there and I'll save you and I'll like cleanse my conscience of like when I couldn't save her. That would make sense if he was more calm and clear thinking. Still crazy. But he turned on the necklace and is... What if he falls to his own death? But she really loved him and he loved her. This didn't have to end like this.
I remembered the necklace.
Let me go.
Now we're going up the tower, Madeline.
You can't. You're afraid.
We'll see. This is my second chance.
So he knows it's her.
There, he pushed her off the tower. I'll bet you're a wonderful swimmer, aren't you? Did he tell you exactly what to do, what to say? You were a very apt pupil, too, weren't you? I mean, I was the setup. I was a made-to-order witness. We're going up and look at the scene of the crime. Come on, Judy.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like they can't come back to like being in a loving relationship.
Did he give you anything?
Yes, the money.
And the necklace. I loved you so, man.
Who's gonna die?
Can run away. I loved you so.
It's too late. There's no bringing her back.
Okay. Kiss her. Don't throw her off the roof.
No. I heard voices. God have mercy.
She just fell? Because she was just scared of the nun? Oh. Oh my gosh. I'm exhausted. That was so intense. I don't even know where to start. I mean, that was amazing. That was insanely amazing. I had no idea what was going on for a lot of it, in a great way. I felt like it ended 6 times and then it would keep, something else would happen. Like at first I thought it ended when, you know, at the court case and they're like, yeah, he's innocent, and then he was in the hospital. And it had that weird kind of like, you know, he's stuck in the psychiatric ward. And I was like, this is weird, I don't feel satisfied. And then he found her, and then when they kissed in her new makeup look, you know, I thought, oh, that's it. They're gonna live happily ever after. She's gonna know forever, he's never gonna know, and it's unhealthy, but go them. And then I thought it was gonna end when, I mean, it just kept going, and then it was horrible in terms of her dying for real. Poor thing. And I don't think she had anything to do with, you know, I don't know. I'd like to think it wasn't clear, but she said that she was just the hired one to play the decoy because she looked like him. And John was saying, oh, you were his girl, you're in love, and then so maybe not. Maybe he'd already killed his wife and, you know, was going to, and then just hired her. Maybe they weren't a thing. But that was incredible. Yeah, It might have overtaken Rear Window now. I think that might be my favorite Hitchcock movie. It was just twisty and turny, and it now makes sense why the court hearing, they just like so heavy-handed his innocence, you know, even the husband. Oh, that was just such a rush. I loved it. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me through the confused parts, but I now want to like watch it again and see things that I didn't see the first time, you know? Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Again, that was Coby for Criminal Content, and I will see you next time. So thanks for watching. Bye.